All right, what's up everybody? We're here today at the local dirt jump park, as you can see, or the DJs as the kids like to call it. Not to be confused with another two-letter acronym ending in J, but get your mind out of the gutter. Today, we're gonna be talking about how to jump. Knowing how to jump is one of probably the fundamentals of mountain biking. It helps you out in the trails, it's super fun. It's like just part of what mountain biking is. That's why we love it, because you get to go off jumps and stuff. So knowing how to do it and getting it good, super important. So today we're gonna go through the steps of how to jump and how to get good at it. So I think it can be broken down into 4 major steps. Those steps are pump, pull, lift, and push. If you just do those 4 things, that'll be a great starting point on how to learn how to jump and how to get more comfortable and just slowly working your way up into bigger ones and just getting more style, getting better. Just a good foundation to start from. So the best way to practice and to learn is obviously find like a nice small jump, a tabletop preferably, and just one that you can hit comfortably and not feel scared on and not be worried of crashing. Like I said, I'm at the local dirt jump park here. Some of you may have one, some of you may not. If you can just find like a nice small mellow jump that you're comfortable on, you're not scared of, that'll be a good spot to start learning on. All right, step number 1 is your pump. As you come into the base of the lip, you're gonna wanna push into it and do like a nice compression in order to pop up off the lip. Obviously, all 4 steps of these are important, but I find this one of the most important. If you screw up this one, it really kind of sets you up wrong for the jump. If you kind of mistime your pump, you're gonna get bucked, and that's when you see guys kind of go dead sailor over the handlebars because they screw up the timing and the kick is just, they're just not ready for it. So when you come into the bottom of the jump, like I say, you kind of want to push in and almost like you're going to try to bunny hop. So you just like kind of suck in the bottom, and so you time it. As you come in, you go down, and as you go up and off, you come back up. That would be step number 1 is your pump. How hard you need to pump kind of is dependent on how big the jump is, how fast you're going, how far you want to go. I find when I feel like I'm going too slow and I'm going to be too short in a jump, I really pump hard so I can get the biggest pop, the biggest yank off the lip. Whereas if you're coming to jump really fast, you kind of got to scrub it. You almost don't even pump it at all. You just kind of push through it. So you really kind of got to get that feeling and just the knowledge of how much you got to pump and what situation you got to do it in. All right, step number 2 is your pull. This one is kind of what you think of when you jump. You kind of, as you're going off the lift, you pull up on your handlebars, and that's what gives you your lift off the jump. So as I said in step number 1, you kind of want to time this with your pump. So when you come into the pump, you get down low, and then when you go for your pull, you come back up and you pull, and that's what gives you your pop off the jump. Those 2 things combined. Once again, how hard you need to pull is very dependent on how fast you're going, how far you think you're gonna go in the jump. If you're going slow and you need to get distance, you're gonna wanna pull really hard. If you're just gonna wanna like speed jump it and scrub it, you're just gonna kind of push through and almost not even pull at all. Once again, this is just kind of comes down to experience. You'll get used to it. But if you're starting off on a nice small jump, you're just nice, even pump, even pull, and you'll kind of get the hang of how hard you need to pull. All right, step number 3, just did the shocker by accident. That was a total fluke. Step number 3 is your lift. Now this is kind of the, I don't want to say the hardest step, but the one you probably think about the least as you're jumping. Lift is when you're lifting with your feet in the air to pull your back end up. You kind of just do it subconsciously and you don't even think about it. But if you actually like focus on a jump and hit it and like focus on pulling your feet up, you're like, oh yeah, I guess I do that. So that's one, as you kind of, you go on, you get your pump, you get your pull, and then kind of at your apex in the air, you're gonna want to lift your back feet up in the air, not off your pedals. You're just kind of gonna do it on your bike, almost like a bunny hop once again. As you pull up and you kind of lift through, that's what you're gonna do with your feet in the air. That way it's gonna bring your back end up and kind of level you out and get you set up for the next part, which is your push. All right, step number 4, our last step, is your push. Now when I say push, I mean push through with your arms. So as you kind of at your apex, you're gonna kind of start coming back down now. You're gonna wanna push through with your arms to kind of level you out and push your front end back down. Sometimes you don't even really think about it, but on bigger jumps, or when you kind of really need to get that body English, you're really gonna push. So as you come in, you're gonna do your pump, your pull, lift with your back legs, and once you kind of lift, you're gonna push your front end back down and do it all kind of one fluid motion. It'll get you a nice smooth arc. Once again, when you're practicing, try to like really do it, obviously, like really push down just to kind of get the feel for it. You're probably not gonna do things like this when you're normally hitting a jump, but for learning, it's good to be a little, exaggerate a little bit. All right, we've upgraded from the little small tabletops to the bit bigger set. There's actually gaps now. Here we are behind me. So all the same 4 techniques apply, but you're gonna wanna use them a little differently now. So I just hitting 2 jumps right now. It's like the first and the second one. First one's like a normal size jump. You can hit it slowish and do your normal technique, pump, pull, lift, and push. But then if you do that, you're not really gonna have enough speed for the second one. So to combat that, I go faster into the first one. I don't do as exaggerated as a pump and pull. I kind of like suck it up a little bit. You just kind of push a little bit as you pull, so you're not boosting as high. And then that'll let you have enough speed to hit the second one, which you kind of really have to pull for because I'm not that good at jumping, so I can't make it as well. So suck up the first one, then pull hard in the second one and do everything nice and exaggerated to make it. I'll show you what I mean. So those are the kind of 4 steps I like to tell people when they're trying to learn how to jump. If you really exaggerate them, it'll help you learn like what each does more and more. When you're like really hitting a jump down a trail, you probably don't even think about these things. The pump is maybe the thing I think about most as you come in, because like I said, if you screw that up, it kind of really just sets you up for failure in the whole jump. You're either gonna get your timing off or you're not gonna go as far or as short as you want to. So like I said, find a nice small little tabletop. If you have a local dirt jump park, go down, go practice. Even if you can like set your phone up and film yourself so you can see what you're doing, it really helps. But just go slow, slowly work your way up to bigger and bigger jumps, hit bigger gaps, smaller jumps, faster, slower. Learn how to scrub and how to like push through it so you just kind of suck up the jump. Once you start to master these, you'll be able to hit bigger jumps more confidently. And confidence is the key to jumps. I still struggle with them a little bit 15 years on, bigger jumps, because I'm scared. But if you like fully commit to a jump and you're confident, you're most likely gonna be fine as long as you know what you're doing. So work on these 4 things. Tell me if I forgot anything. Tell me how you learned how to jump. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're not already. Let me know what other kind of riding tips you want. If you want me to teach you anything else, I will try my best. And see you on the next one.